Have Hottie start up here, and then that would be the plan.
Once you go no go, you got hold.
That's I don't know. I don't know a lot of like the production, how it would go.
Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Word. Anthony.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the Woburn Public Media Center studios for tonight's doubleheader action, which is a rivalry matchup between the Winchester Red and Black and the Woburn Tanners. Alongside Zeke Altman, who will be joining me shortly, and we've got Hadi Bilal down courtside. I am Joey Matroni. And these two teams starting off is going to be the girls' matchup, and we've got two top 10 teams. One in the 9th-ranked Winchester Red and Black, and the Woburn Tanners come into this game ranked 10th overall. Both teams come in to tonight's matchup with a 4-1 record, and they both have star players who we will look to see tonight. First, the Woburn Tanners have McKenna Morrison, who scored 18 points last Tuesday against Watertown, and then for Winchester, we've got Emily Collins, who's had multiple double-doubles already to start this season. Oof. We are just about set and ready to go, but first I want to send it over to Zeke real quick to talk about this storied rivalry between Winchester and Woburn.
Yeah, first of all, Joey, so happy to be here. I mean, what a festival it is to have Woburn versus Winchester on a Friday night in January. It seems like the holiday spirit is still around. I mean, we've got boys at 7, girls right now. I'm ready to have some fun. Now, Coach Steve Sullivan, he doesn't lose to Winchester. He just doesn't. But Emily Collins on Winchester is going to present a challenge for him. It's going to be tough for them. It's going to be interesting who Steve Sullivan puts on Emily Collins, whether it be Riley Morgan, Shannon McCarthy. I believe Riley Morgan will be the defender, though.
We are underway, and the Tanners take the initial possession. It's the aforementioned Riley Morgan who swings it out for McKenna Morrison, the leading scorer just last Tuesday. Brooke Tuzolo starts with a 3. It's off the mark, and a rebound is taken in Offensive rebounds were a strong suit of the Lady Tanners on Tuesday. Into McCarthy, who spins with the left and finishes to start it off.
That's a big move there by McCarthy. One-on-one down in the paint. We didn't see that much against Watertown on Tuesday, but that is her bread and butter.
It wasn't much of an impact for McCarthy until the fourth quarter, where we saw her record 9 points. It'll be interesting to see how the matchup between McCarthy and Emily Collins starts off, as we've got a turnover, and here come the Tanners the other way. It's Riley Morgan. Shannon McCarthy driving in, floating with the left again, and finishes again. 2 for 2 to start it off for Shannon.
Yeah, that seems to be the game plan. Get the ball to Shannon McCarthy down low and let her do work.
Riley Morgan continues to guard the ball. Driving in with the left hand, the shot is up and good. That's number 22, Brooke Schruel, who's just off her second game coming back from injury. Had double-digit points in the previous game, as well as Brooke Tuzelo. McKenna Morrison loses the dribble for a second, stays with it, floats it up off the front of the rim, no good. And a Winchester rebound.
Winchester basketball and Winchester sports in general, known for their hard leadership. Emily Collins, Brooke Schruel, those are their two big players.
Collins this time being guarded by Jalen Cuniff, and it's stolen away by the Tanners. Going back the other way, it's another early turnover. Morrison finds it in the corner off the mark. A fight for the rebound on the block. It's good. Morrison out to Morgan. Air ball out of bounds. Brooke Tuzelo tried to save it, but unsuccessful.
Yeah, good ball movement by Woburn there to find the open three. Unfortunate there, but I want to go back to the possession before. Emily Collins had the ball. Tried to find her pass, but McKenna Morrison right there and intercept that pass. Really early, but very good defense by the Tanners so far.
Emily Collins bringing it up again. Jalen Cuniff, the early defender. And it's thrown away again by Collins. And it's a turnover. The Tanners have won the turnover battle early in these games to start the season, and I think that's been a big help. Pass goes off the hands, now inside to McCarthy, who goes up again, no good, battle for it. Collins lost it to Tuzelo. Tuzelo finds McCarthy, and it's a nice play to find Riley Morgan underneath the basket for a layup.
Yeah, that's exactly what we saw against Watertown. Here we go with another steal.
Tanners well known for their full court press, and it pays off there to get a possession, but then Winchester comes back with a steal of their own. 5:10 to go, 6-2 in favor of Woburn.
Yeah, but I was going to say, against Watertown, they had those second efforts with second chance possessions, and exactly what happened there as Morgan gets the rebound. Tuzelo, after a pass to McCarthy, finds Morgan, another good pass, and a foul for Cuniff goes to the line, but exactly what we keep seeing from this Woburn Tanners team. Give credit to where credit's due, and Steve Sullivan has told her girls to work hard, and they work hard.
Jalen Cuniff shaking off the hard fall, and now we'll go to the line. First one's good, extending the lead to 5 in favor of the Lady Tanners. Kaylee McCarthy checking in for the first time tonight. Jalen Cuniff makes both at the line, and Emily Collins will inbound it. And back the other way it goes. A little bit of a mishandle. McCarthy on the defense. Inside to Collins, who finds the pass out of the double team for an easy 2. Winchester showing some pressure there on. McCarthy able to come away with the pass. And it gets to Kaylee McCarthy, and that 3 is off the mark. And another early rebound for Emily Collins. The long pass is to the elbow. Schruel drives in again. This time it's to the corner. The 3 is off the mark.
This Winchester team is going to present a lot more problems to the Tanners than the Raiders did on Tuesday. This Winchester team, we remember, was the quarterfinal matchup of the MIAA tournament just a couple months ago. So this team very familiar with the red and black.
Emily Collins thought about the jumper, this time doesn't take it. Into the corner it goes. Jasmine Morgan recently checked in on the defense. The three is off the mark by Schrull, and McKenna Morrison comes away with the rebound. Driving into the corner it goes. Riley Morgan finding McCarthy, who knocks down a triple.
Shannon McCarthy is really presenting all of the Tanners offense so far with those two early one-on-one layups and then that three-point shot. 7 out of the 11 points for the Tanners.
Shannon McCarthy takes a seat for the first time tonight. And it'll be a side out inbound for the red and black. Into the corner, the pump fake on the three, and then a mid-range jumper is good.
Looked to be Jasmine Morgan's assignment. Lost through all the screens and picks and whatnot, and Winchester knocked down a 2. Here's Morgan again, though.
Tried to answer with a mid-range jumper of her own. That one's off the mark, and the press coming once again, as always, from the Lady Tanners. Riley Morgan guarding the ball. It's Emily Collins looking for her angle, drives to the basket and finishes hard off the glass.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like McKenna Morrison drew the charge there. Questionable call.
Riley Morgan with some pace after a long pass from Morrison. That shot is off the mark, but she was fouled.
Now, those are the two players for Woburn, Morrison and Morgan, that can get out fast, use their speed and agility and athleticism to get out fast. And Morgan finds herself at the free throw line because of that speed.
Riley Morgan has been the biggest impact on both sides of the ball, and just making the right play for the team. And I think that has been something that has propelled the Lady Tanners early in the season, as her first is good and gets set for the second, which is off the mark. The outlet pass is deflected, but it'll stay with the red and black. Jalen Cuniff checks back in. Coach Steve Sullivan always likes to go to those quick substitutions to make sure he's got the 5 most rested players or most energized players rather on the floor at any time. Inside it goes, deflected again. Jasmine Morgan comes away with it, and she's bumped on the way there. I don't think that shot is going to count. It is a foul on the floor.
Coach Steve Sullivan on Tuesday's game said at the beginning the Raiders were physical and the Woburn did not match their physicality. Tonight, it seems a little bit different. It seems like Woburn are much more physical than Winchester have been, as McCarthy continues to be hot.
Swoops in with the left and finishes. The other way it goes for the red and black. Wide open is number 14, Tatum Kenrich, the captain. This time it's taken away by Shannon McCarthy, who finds Jasmine Morgan, who drives again. This time it's another rebound for the red and black. Emily Collins drives in the corner. McKenna Morrison, a little bit of mismatch there. This time Kenrich does knock down the 3.
Yep, Tatum Kenrich, the captain off the bench. She provides to be a difference maker for Winchester from the 3-point line.
McKenna Morrison finds a wide open Jasmine Morgan, who knocks down the mid-range J.
Yeah, first time no good. Second time, takes a breath, drills the shot. Good stuff from Jasmine Morgan there.
Schrull this time. There comes a double team. Back out for, and it's taken away by McCarthy. She took it away from Maeve Collins. Morgan handling the ball once again. McCarthy over that pass. Morrison off the bank. It's good.
Joey, do teams not do their scouting reports? Leaving McKenna Morrison wide open from the 3-point line. Head coach Sam Mosley scratching her head.
Kenrich going away with pace. This time it's reversed into the corner. Maeve Collins finds 3 defenders and a whistle. 2 players getting ready to check back in for the Tanners.
Morgan Ianian coming back in. Given Jasmine Morgan and McKenna Morrison a break. Well earned from both of them.
Underneath the basket with 1:09 to go, the Tanners find themselves up 19-11. McCarthy, tough defense in the post, but the layup is good from the red and black to cut the lead to 6.
Soft touch from the senior Katie Kavanaugh. Really gives Shannon McCarthy a taste of her own medicine one-on-one in the post.
Cunniff nearly gets it ripped away, but instead drives through everybody, but didn't have the finish, and then we've got a whistle and a foul.
Yeah, Cunniff did everything right except for the finish. Getting the ball back, dribbling past defenders.
Number 13, Maggie Shevlin checks in for the red and black. And they will have it underneath the basket inbound with 48.5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this Winchester team. This Winchester team last year, they weren't an 8 seed. They weren't a team that was very high ranked, but they were gritty. They stayed in the tournament long enough to play a quarterfinal game, even though they were the 16-17 seed. So this team has heart, so the Tanners have to be careful.
25 seconds on the clock. Wide open at the top of the key. The drive, Jasmine Morgan picks it up. Kenrich finds a double team. The swing pass is out to the opposite elbow. Maeve Collins trying to drive. Floater off the front of the rim. No good. And weird release. But she gets the steal off of Jasmine Morgan. First bunny, no good. Second one is. 2 chances at the layup to finish the quarter. And with that, it's a very even first quarter of action. The Tanners only up 4 at 19-15.
Yeah, if you're a viewer, knowing the past results for this Tanners team, 4-1 and about 20, 30 point wins in each one, and not knowing Winchester, you'd be surprised right now. But if you know this Winchester red and black ladies team, they are different. They are different than Stoneham, Lexington, Wakefield, Watertown. They push this Tanners team to the limit, and they are good. Hottie, our third member, how's the action down there?
This is exactly what we got two. This overall great start, high scoring first quarter. To see what's going to happen in the second quarter.
Indeed. I think, Zeke, you mentioned earlier the 4-1 even records, especially in a game like Woburn and Winchester. I don't think those records matter very much. I think these two teams bring the best out of each other, but I think you get an even better matchup when you have two teams with good records, similar to what we saw on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, exactly. I mean, let's talk about the rivalry a little bit more. How long has this been going on? As we read some of the stats, McCarthy with 9 points, 2 assists, and the block, and Emily Collins 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. But this rivalry, it's special. It's been going on for so long, specifically in football, but you can feel it in the other sports. Winchester, Reading, Lexington, those are the 3 big rivals for the Tanners, but you can definitely feel this one with Lady Tanners basketball.
The red and black at the second quarter started. It's Kenrich who goes inside for Collins, who gets fouled and is doubled. Brooke Tuzalo not happy about it.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think that was a foul either. I think Brooke Tuzalo has a point to plead here. Make sure to tune in, 7 o'clock, boys Tanners basketball versus the Winchester Red and Black. Thomas O'Brien, Mikey Sullivan and co. suiting up for that one soon.
This Woburn boys team, although their record doesn't look too great at the moment, they're still definitely intriguing early into the season, as Collins knocks down both free throws.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Tanners will get their first possession of the second quarter.
I think this Winchester girls team will be the first to tell you it's about catching a groove late, and that's what this Tanners boys team hopes to do as McCarthy has the ball here.
Back to Morrison. They've been working as a dynamic duo all season long. Riley Morgan inside for McCarthy, looking for that left. Instead, it's a wide open Brooke Tuzalo. It's good. Tatum Kenrich has been some energy off the bench for this red and black squad. She'll reverse it to the opposite elbow. The ball is loose. Lady Tanners can't get there. Winchester still with the basketball. into the corner, wide open three, off the mark, rebounded McCarthy. McCarthy making an impact early tonight. As we mentioned, she had those 9 points in the first quarter, had 9 points going into the fourth quarter on Tuesday. She gets another rebound there off the Kenrich missed three, and this time Morrison will slow it down.
The Tanners just need to calm it down here. They're getting a little wild with their shots. As Morrison, wow.
Count the basket, the hoop, and the harm. And Morrison will go to the line with a chance to make it a 7-point Woburn lead. Riley McCarthy checking in for the first time tonight, as the second free throw, or the free throw, is no good from Morrison. And Emily Collins, who's been a force inside early, but also adept at bringing up the basketball for this red and black squad. And it's another turnover forced by the Tanners. McKenna Morrison, running the fast break, finds a wide open Riley Morgan underneath the basket for two.
There you go. Morrison pushing the pace after a rebound down the other end, finding Morgan. Those two team up to make it an 8-point lead.
Shevland dribbles it, and it's stolen away. That was Shevland who found number 11. And back the other way go the Tanners, and it looks like a blocking foul. Shul will take the foul, and it was a shooting foul, which means Morrison will go to the line. Morrison knocks down the first. Tatum Kenrich checks back in as well. Haley Zwicker in the game alongside Jasmine Morgan. And the Tanners have now reached their first double-digit lead of the ball game at 27-17 after the two made free throws by McKenna Morrison. Kenrich, the ball handler once again, closely guarded by McCarthy. Inside the basketball goes. It's a handoff. Inside, and it's ripped away by McCarthy, but we've got a whistle. That was number 11, Maeve Collins, in the post. But the Tanners come away with the turnover, and they'll take possession.
10-point lead for the Tanners. They need to sustain this now. This is a good Winchester team. Give them any momentum, and they get back into this game. But this is how you take that momentum and pull away with the lead going into the half.
McKenna Morrison shoots the top of the key three. You bet! It's good!
That's exactly how you do it. Get the ball to McKenna Morrison. Give her the threes. Get McCarthy one-on-one in the paint. That's exactly the recipe for success for this Tanners team.
Inside goes the basketball. That's number 4, Katie Kavanaugh, who distributed it. It gets to Shevland, who's being nicely guarded by Jasmine Morgan. It goes back inside. 3 defenders clash, and we've got a whistle. We had a double team going on in the post, and Jasmine Morgan also took a step towards the paint. The Woburn Lady Tanners currently in the midst of an 11-2 run with 4:53 and counting to go. That one does fall for the red and black, cutting the lead to 11.
Yeah, Emily Collins there. That's the one person you want to restrict from getting hot. That is the player to look at for Winchester at all times.
Morrison drives, her pass is tipped. It goes all the way back out to McCarthy for a reset, who gets it back to McKenna. Morrison finds Zwicker. Zwicker quickly to McCarthy. McCarthy looking to go to the left. Too strong off the rim, and a rebound by Collins. She'll take it up the court, guarded by Riley McCarthy, who got a deflection, but the ball will stay with the red and black.
Here come a couple reinforcements in for the Tanners, trying to keep this fast pace as Amari Williams and Riley Morgan step into the game.
Those hockey line substitutions, we see about 1 or 2 every game. That one is won there. Inside of the mid-range, no good. Rebound, Jasmine Morgan, who's being cut off on the dribble. She lost control, and that's just a turnover. And the red and black will take over with 4:06 underneath the basket. An unforced error there by Jasmine Morgan gives the red and black a free possession.
Yeah, give credit to the Winchester defense. They're pressing well, causing problems, and Jasmine Morgan can handle it, but she'll be back.
Emily Collins from distance, that one's too strong. Brooke Tuzolo comes away with the board. McKenna Morrison, who's been strong all season long. Riley McCarthy, and got a hold and a foul.
Yeah, Coach Steve Sullivan has a lot of confidence in these seniors, whether it be Amari Williams, Jasmine Morgan, Riley Morgan. These seniors are what keep this program going, so he shows a lot of respect towards them.
One twin sister in for the other as Riley McCarthy, checks out for Kaylee McCarthy, and the three and a foul.
Big shot there from Brooke Tuzlo. Seems like that release was Steph Curry-like. Got the ball, released it right away, and Winchester got called for the foul. Really impressive stuff from the young junior.
.344 to go. Head coach Sam Mosley wanted a little bit of a explanation there, as we having underneath the basket inbound. The Tanners keep possession. Scoreboard still shows 33-19. Amari Williams at the top of the key, closely guarded by Kenrich. It's a dribble handoff for Tuzolo, whose bounce pass was intercepted. Emily Collins going the other way. Drives in, finds a double team. Can't shoot over it. It's deflected out of bounds by Brooke Tuzolo. Shannon McCarthy checking back in. And Amari Williams will take a seat. Collins floats it up. No good. Had the angle, but it was off the rim. Morrison the other way. Inside, Riley Morgan had a chance, but it stays with the Tanners, and they'll reset the possession.
Tanners got to finish strong in this half. 3:11 left, but like I keep saying, this Winchester team is not to be messed around with.
Kaylee McCarthy finds Riley McCarthy. Floater by Morrison is high off the back of the rim, and it bounces all the way out to Riley Morgan, who gets it back to Morrison and then gets a screen from Morgan. McCarthy finds the cutting Morrison, who floats it up. What a run play there by the Lady Tanners.
Yeah, Coach Steve Sullivan likes that action, that Harlem Globetrotters-like action with the dribble handoffs back and forth down the court after the Tanners get a well-deserved steal. But that Harlem Globetrotters-like dribble handoff 3 times in a row, finding the basket, really makes the red and black confused. So I like it from the Tanners.
And an offensive foul the other way on Maeve Collins means the Tanners will take over. Alina Ayenyen finds McCarthy. Back into the post for Shannon. She'll go to the left again. No good. And a rebound. And a foul.
Yeah, it's really impressive to see Alina Ayanian out there as a freshman. Shows how much respect that Coach Steve Sullivan has for Ayanian.
Shrew now being guarded by McCarthy. Will swing it. And this time, more nice defense. This time it's a free throw jumper. It's good. That was number 41, Catherine Ryan, on the free throw line jumper. Lead still 14 as Riley McCarthy banks in a shot from long distance.
Yeah, Riley McCarthy and Kaylee McCarthy have both shown signs of being able to shoot the ball really well as Ayanian gets to steal here with McCarthy's good defense.
Shrew looked to go inside. Ayenya running the floor. Drops it off for McCarthy. Shot no good, and Collins comes away with the board. The corner three is nowhere near the rim. And the Tanners take over. Shannon McCarthy, another opportunity for a three, no good. Rebounded by Shruel. It comes out to Catherine Ryan, who looks to drive. This time floats it up, too strong. Rebound McCarthy.
Yeah, that's an example of this Tanners defense.
A long pass the other way into the corner, and it goes out of bounds.
Forcing Winchester to drive wild through the paint and throw up a wild shot is exactly why this Tanners defense is so special as one of the hockey substitutions that Joey always talks about.
56 seconds remaining in this first half. The Tanners have the ball on their offensive side. Morrison drives in. No good. Still with the Tanners. She shoots a three. A whistle. And it looks like Jasmine Morgan will be headed to the line.
A lot of good energy in the building tonight as Winchester versus Woburn, the rivalry we always talk about, and it's a Friday night. Feels festive tonight, Joey.
Jasmine Morgan all the way around the rim, but no good. Riley Morgan checking back in. Both Morgans once again on the floor. Both no good for Morgan, and Catherine Ryan comes away with the rebound. Going the other way now are the red and black with 30 seconds on the clock. It goes off the rim. Ryan tracks down the rebound, and the red and black have another chance. This one's a mid-range jumper all the way around, no good. 20 seconds now as two players hit the deck, and a whistle. And Winchester calls a timeout in order to keep possession with 18.8 left to go in the first half. The Tanners up 17.
Yeah, if you're Coach Steve Sullivan, 18.8 seconds. You want to play good defense. You want to force Winchester to take a bad shot. They're going to want to take it down all the way to 5 seconds and drop a play. But you want to be focused. Focused, very focused, because Winchester gets a big shot, 3-point shot, 2-point shot, and one layup, whatever. They take that momentum into half. They're energized. Head coach Sam Mosley is firing up her players, and that can create a run. These 18.8 seconds are key. Very underrated, in my opinion.
Indeed, of course. 17 points looks like a lot currently, but if the red and black can get one more basket in this final 18.8, that means they'll take the momentum into the second half.
Yeah, the player to look out for is Emily Collins. I assume that's where they're going to be getting the ball to. Emily Collins, their best player. I wouldn't be surprised.
The ball does get into Collins. She's trapped in the corner. She'll look to drive, floats it up. No good. Rebound, Jasmine Morgan through a sea of defender, through a sea of red and black. She finds Riley Morgan out of bounds. 5.1 on the clock, which means Steve Sullivan's crew will have one chance for their shot.
Yeah, we talked about Jasmine Morgan earlier with the turnover. She grabs a steal of her own there, and a big rebound from her as she comes out of the game. Great effort from her. She got it down low to Riley Morgan. She got blocked, but now the Tanners have 5.1 seconds to do something here.
Jalen Cunniff sets up the inbound play for a wide open Brooke Tuzalo jumper. No good. McCarthy looked to rip it away, and that's how the first half will end. The score stays 38-21. The Tanners up by 17 through the first 16 minutes, but we've still got 16 more minutes to play. Coming out of the halftime break, we'll get some second half keys from the third member of our broadcast crew, Hadi Bilal. And Zeke, one thing I wanted to talk about early on in this first half is the energy. So for that, we'll go down to the third member of our broadcast crew in Hadi Bilal.
Yeah, I mean, this first half, just as advertised, just like I said in pregame, two heavyweights fighting for this great Middlesex League matchup. I mean, Woburn and Winchester rivalry really bringing out the best in both teams. Woburn really capitalizing off many of those Winchester turnovers in the second quarter, really expanding their lead. Overall, a great half for Woburn. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the third quarter. I mean, it is a little bit of a deficit right now for Winchester, but in all honesty, things could change in a split second in basketball. So the Woburn still got to keep their physicality and keep playing hard.
Going into this second half, and I'm sure Sam Mosley will be part of the first half halftime speech.
Yeah, Joey, and this Tanner's team, they catch their rhythm in the second quarter, and that goes on to the second half. I'm very confident in this Lady Tanner's team to keep this going. And Hadi talks about it's a very even matchup. It has been, but the Tanners have shown a lot more energy, aggressiveness, physicality. So I think if the Tanners take that into the second half, it's going to be a fun basketball night in Woburn, if the boys can keep that going, of course.
Something I thought was very interesting is we talk a lot, especially in the beginning parts of games, about scouting reports. I think the Lady Tanners have done theirs in Emily Collins, and we've seen multiple defenders converging on her as she gets into the paint, and I think they know that should be their focus for this entire game and not just the second half.
Yeah, 100%. Emily Collins is the one threat. You can see how tall she is, her agility, her speed. She can get out fast, and one-on-one against Shannon McCarthy, that's an incredible matchup in this game. So I'm excited to see how that transpires in the second half, and I'm excited to see some more Tanners basketball all night.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back before the start of the second half to get some final keys from Hadi Bilal. MC Studios once again alongside Zeke Altman. I am Joey Matroni, Hadi Bilal down courtside with the Tanners currently up 17. We'll go down to Hadi to talk about some of Coach Sullivan's first half thoughts.
It's exactly what I said in the beginning of the game. I mean, Winchester being the amazing team that they are, we do have a great lead on them right now. I mean, I think it's about 15, 16, 17 points, 18, 17 points. Yeah. Just overall great lead, but Winchester, I mean, he told me, I asked him just a question a moment ago, right as it came out of halftime. Even though they have the lead, he's still a little concerned about a few mistakes that he said he left some plays on the table, but overall, just got to keep the physicality out there, like he said last game on Tuesday against Watertown.
Yeah, I totally agree with Coach Steve Sullivan. Really good performance from the Tanners so far. There's been a couple mistakes where you're like, they're much better than that. They're a much better basketball team than that. But it's been pure domination so far, to be frank.
We are back underway to start the second half. It's a long jumper off the mark. That was number 4, Katie Kavanaugh. Inside for McCarthy, who's been a major help in this game up to this point. Jalen Cunniff shoots the mid-range jumper. Riley Morgan comes away with it. And the Tanners will reset to Shannon McCarthy. McCarthy has Tuzolo, but instead will look to force the shot with the left, and it's good. Emily Collins, who was hemmed in pretty well by the Tanners defense.
Keep using these 3 words with Shannon McCarthy, bread and butter. That's exactly what Shannon McCarthy is good at. Give her the ball in the post and let her work one-on-one. 9 out of 10 times that ball is going into the basket.
Underneath the basket, inbound opportunity here for the red and black. They get it into Kavanaugh on the low block, who will go inside, and it's off the hands of Collins. Actually, it'll stay with the red and black as it was intended for Collins, but off of Woburn. Red and black look to run the same inbound play once again. This time it's high up to Emily Collins, who floats it up, and it's good.
Emily Collins, there she is. She's really the other part of Shannon McCarthy on Winchester. She does the exact same thing, but she can do a lot too.
Riley Morgan short on the 3, but it's an offensive rebound. Another offensive rebound. Brooke Tuzolo swings it out for McKenna Morrison. Inside for McCarthy, who finds Kaylee McCarthy, who's good.
Yeah, Morrison gets the ball, resets it, finds McCarthy. McCarthy drives in. Great cut by Kaylee McCarthy to get the open layup. Good offense from the Tanners.
Maggie Shevlin with the dribble. This time goes for Struhl. Struhl lost it, and it's another red and black turnover. It goes to McKenna Morrison, who will pop the mid-range. No good. Offensive board. Kaylee McCarthy, who finds Shannon McCarthy. Shannon looking to drive. Gets into a double team. Finds her cousin wide open. It's good.
Great soft touch from McCarthy there on the floater. Hit the back of the rim, it falls right through. That's how you shoot the ball with the backspin. Perfect.
The red and black down big here to start the third quarter, and it's another turnover. Riley Morgan this time running the break. McCarthy stops, pops, no good. Rebounded by the red and black. One of the hindrances for this red and black squad has been the three-point shooting. They were one of 7 in the first half alone. Shevlin drives in. High arcing floater is no good, but an offensive rebound of her own. Maggie Shevlin. Jasmine Morgan checking back in.
Maggie Shevlin, one of the effective senior guards that this red and black team has. This Winchester team really has good depth. Tatum Kenrick. We saw a little Sienna Phillips earlier.
Inside cut for Riley Morgan, who finishes. A beautifully run play by Steve Sullivan and company.
Yeah, and that was all credit to the pass by McKenna Morrison. Good finish in traffic, though, by Riley Morgan.
Shevlin once again handling the ball. It goes into Maeve Collins, who drives in. No good. Rebound McCarthy. McCarthy on the verge of a double-double here tonight. Morrison drives in, tries to finish with the left. No good. And the red and black take over.
This third quarter going quick as the rhythm has started to catch, as I say that.
We've got a stoppage in play. As the inbound play goes inside, and it's an and one now opportunity for the red and black.
Emily Collins, the player we talked about at the top of the show, during the show, at halftime. There she is once again. And that is her 1,000th career point as she gets the standing ovation hugs from her teammates.
1,000 career points, a major milestone in the world of high school basketball. A well-deserved stoppage in play here. Emily Collins gets her banner. We'll stop for a team photo at 4:25.
Let's listen to the cheers here at Woburn High School. As we get right back to some basketball action.
Right back to action. One final congratulations, Emily Collins. What a milestone, 1,000 career points. A chance for 1,001 here with the free throw, which will cut the lead to 20. 1,001 is good. 46-26, 4:25 to go in the third quarter.
It's just incredibly impressive for Emily Collins doing this at the beginning of her senior season. What a pass there from Morrison to find McCarthy. Exactly what you want if you're Coach Steve Sullivan after that free throw and one.
McCarthy cracks double digits with her 10th and 11 points right there. Shevlin, the left-handed push pass. And now it goes inside for Kenrich. Kenrich's pass is deflected and taken away by Kaylee McCarthy, who will run the break the other way. Her sister Riley McCarthy will pop the mid-range, and it's good.
It's almost like they have chemistry or something, Joey. I mean, they run the break so well.
Tatum Kenrich drives in, and it's a steal by McCarthy. McCarthy this time will look to run the break. She'll dish it off for Morgan, no good. Kaylee McCarthy's there to clean up the garbage.
Yeah, 2 straight possessions and 2 straight turnovers from Tatum Kenrich. The Tanners seem to be locking her up right now.
Kenrich drives in. This time she's got some space. It goes into the corner. The pump fake gets Kaylee McCarthy. And the ball's deflected out of bounds, and a whistle and some quick substitutions. Red and black look to run the play for an open three. They've got it. That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Collins. And a foul inside. Going back to the line is Emily Collins.
There you go. Emily Collins marks her territory down low, rebounds the ball, put it back up and in, and she is fouled.
First one's good. Career point 1,002. Second one off the mark. Jasmine Morgan flies in for the rebound and looks to quickly run the break. Kenrich got her from behind. Jose Alvarado-esque, but it's out of bounds.
Grand Theft Alvarado mentioned, Joey? But yeah, Jasmine Morgan's been very effective when it comes to rebounding the basketball. She flies in there for rebounds, consistently getting the ball before the opposition. As the Tanners will be calling a timeout here.
Tanners will call a timeout.
They've extended the lead to 25 points here. The Tanners really stomping on the neck of the red and black. I'm sure Rocky Nelson will be happy about that one, Joey.
Indeed. Now, I'd quickly like to go down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Hadi Bilal, to talk a little bit about those first 5 minutes of the quarter, as I remember hearing him say about Coach Sullivan's approach going into the third quarter, that the first 4 minutes were going to be very important, as he knew the red and black were going to try to come out firing.
We apologize. Third member of our crew, Hadi Bilal, still listening into the timeout as he steps away here. We'll get back to some basketball action.
We'll get back to those. As the ball goes inside, we'll get those thoughts at the next stoppage. McCarthy's first from the line is good. Kenrich goes back the other way. Score 53-27. Closely guarded by Morrison. Inside, out of bounds. And it'll stay with the red and black.
Typical starting five, minus Jalen Cunniff for Jasmine Morgan, still in the game. 2:35 left in this third quarter.
Jasmine Morgan tracks down the loose ball.
McKenna Morrison wide open there for three.
They didn't go to it, and instead McCarthy travels. .226, 53-27, still your score. Kenrich the one to dribble up the basketball. Inside it goes for Collins again, or Ryan, who gets the bank off the glass, and it's good.
Haley Zwicker getting ready to check back into this one. Morgan for a three.
Off the mark, nearly an offensive rebound. It's deflected out of bounds and staying with the Woburn Tanners.
Let's talk about some of the bench support here for the Tanners. It's been really, really nice tonight. Kaylee McCarthy, Riley McCarthy, both have their impacts known. Jasmine Morgan with the rebounding. Amari Williams came in for a couple minutes. Haley Zwicker.
Inside to Brooke Tuzolo. Shannon McCarthy steps out. It's ruled a two.
Shannon McCarthy has been very effective shooting from deep in these last two games. Really added a new trait to her talent.
The three ball from the corner to answer is good by the red and black.
Number 11, Maeve Collins. We talked about her earlier. She is one of those players that can shoot it well from three.
Riley Morgan finds McCarthy, who tries again. This one's too strong.
She's feeling it, Joey.
Kenrich
She's
rebound.
feeling it.
Almost a heat check, in essence, there by Shannon. 1:10 remaining as the ball goes inside for Ryan, who throws it up. No good. Rebounded by McCarthy, who's well past 10 rebounds at this point. Amari Williams will check in, which gives Shannon McCarthy a well-deserved break. McKenna Morrison, still the primary ball handler, as she has been all season. Amari Williams drives in, sets a screen. This time, Morrison floats it up with the left, off the mark, but she'll go to the line.
You know, Morrison, she's great at shooting the three. She's knocked down, if you ask me, but one of her best traits is taking the ball, resetting, calming the play down, and then attacking. And that's what she did there. She drove into the paint with the left hand and got fouled. And here she is at the free throw line making things happen.
First free throw is good for McKenna, and she knocks down them both. Kenrich will set to inbound, 51.2.
And an interesting fact here, McKenna Morrison's father, Mike Morrison, a Winchester basketball legend.
Wonderful tidbit there from Zeke as Kenrich sets up the inbound play. Not much happening. It goes out for Kenrich, who drives in herself, floats it up to the left, and it's good. The hoop and the harm, and she'll have another opportunity to get an old-fashioned three.
Kenrich was struggling to start this third quarter, but she's done better of late. Stopped turning the ball over, becoming more consistent on the dribble, and here she is with a big and one with 39 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Tanner's still up 23 though.
Kenrich does convert the three-point play, 57-35, and some more substitutions for the Tanners. Morrison slowly taking it up with 32 and counting, drives in, floats it up, it's good. Morrison continues to show that strong suit of driving in, as you mentioned earlier, Zeke. It's off the hands of Kavanaugh, inside and out of bounds. The Tanners will take possession.
Yeah, Katie Kavanaugh hit some big shots early, but really hasn't done much since. Winchester not shooting the ball well from three. I believe they are 2 for 9 from the three-point line.
Morrison slowly taking it up. McCarthy sets a three. That opens up Morrison. She falls down. No call. Still down. They both help each other up. And the third quarter will end with no shot. Your score after 24 minutes, 59-35 in favor of the Woburn Tanners.
Yeah, some aggressive stuff there in the half. Morrison looked like she got fouled. She thought so. I thought so. Player falls on her and then falls right back on her. Then they help each other up. And then after that, Haley Zwicker caught in a little bit of a mess with the basketball there, but all that happened. We're into the fourth quarter. Joey?
Now we'll go down to Hottie, and as I said earlier, one of Coach Sullivan's other hopes for the early part of that third quarter was to weather the storm of the red and black coming out of the half. Hottie, how do you assess how that went for the Tanners?
Yeah, I think that went really well. I mean, right out of the gates, just started scoring, making best of the opportunities, maintaining good ball discipline. Got a little rough there right at the very end, but right now it's the fourth quarter. Still cannot let the foot off the gas, and just got to play hard for the next 10 minutes.
Yes, and I think Coach Sullivan knew what needed to be done, and I think it was executed very well from the Lady Tanners as we get set for the final 8 minutes of action tonight here at the Carl. The final 8 minutes of action of the first matchup of tonight, as once again we'll have a doubleheader with another rivalry matchup, Woburn Winchester boys at 7 o'clock. Brooke Tuzolo shoots a three and knocks it down.
Two big threes from Brooke Tuzolo. Of course, the fast release earlier in the first half, and that one there. But let me tell you, Joey, the stars are really shining tonight. McCarthy, Morrison, Emily Collins, they're really stepping up in a big way here.
Shevlin's floater was off the mark and the save was unsuccessful. McCarthy drives in, stops at the top of the key. Cunniff goes with a dribble handoff back to Morrison, who slows that play down as we mentioned earlier, but instead blows by. The layup, however, no good. A beautiful setup, but the finish not there. Emily Collins drives in and one.
An impressive drive there from Emily Collins for the and one layup. Well, let me go back to the first play. McKenna Morrison going deep in her bag for that one. I think that might be called a sham guard, Joey.
Indeed. Emily Collins knocks it down. You mentioned the dribble moves. The setup was perfect. Almost beautiful in the way it played out, but the layup was not there. Instead, Morrison sets it up this time for Tuzolo, who's got nothing but net.
Tuzolo providing an impressive shooting touch here tonight for the Tanners. Those 2 threes and that shot right there.
So even when the Stars continue to shine, the bench is there to back them up. Morrison driving in, loose ball. Tuzolo stays with it. This time it goes to Cuniff, who's got an open lane. The floater's good.
Jalen Cuniff, we haven't said her name a lot tonight, but she has performed well in a silent way, Joey.
Indeed. Those type of things that don't show up on the stat sheet is something that you can depend on Jalen Cuniff for night in and night out.
Might compare it to Celtics absolute legend Al Horford.
Collins pops the three. It's off the mark, and a rebound goes to Tuzolo. McKenna Morrison drives in and a whistle. I'm not sure if there will be continuation. The foul will go on the floor, and it's another mass substitution by the Lady Tanners. Amari Williams, Jasmine Morgan, Kaylee McCarthy, Haley Zwicker. We got a stack play set up for the Tanners. Actually, it's Morrison instead of Zwicker on the floor. Kaylee McCarthy swings it for Tuzolo, who finds Amari Williams. Another dribble handoff. More action. Off the ball. And a whistle. And a foul on the floor.
Yeah, that foul is going to go on Tatum Kenrick. But as you see the scoreboard right now, it's a 28-point lead for the Tanners as McKenna Morrison gets a well-deserved rest here. But a 28-point lead. One might question when Steve Sullivan will bring some of the players deeper on the bench. We saw Kaylee Bird on Tuesday have a great performance. Tanners, of course, with the 14 bench points opposed to the Winchester 4. It's really been an avalanche of great performances for the Tanners tonight.
Alina Yanyan on the floor now as well. Kaylee McCarthy thought about the three but has it ripped away from Collins. Ripped away by Collins. Collins driving in and finishing.
I feel sorry for Collins. I mean, she's been doing all the work for this team in the red and black, and really no one there to help her.
Despite the loss, this is a night she'll remember forever, surpassing 1,000 career points here tonight against the Tanners. Unfortunate that it has to come in such a lopsided affair. Nifty pass there by Jasmine Morgan to get it inside to Zwicker. But a whistle and a stoppage. 4:45 remaining in this fourth quarter. Tanners 66 points up to this point, to the red and black 40. Zeke, what have you liked most about the offensive output from the Tanners?
Yeah, and it's honestly the offensive output in general that I'm impressed with. They didn't score many points against Watertown. Watertown had some good defense, but tonight against a Winchester team that's been impressive all year, they've put out a clinic. Shannon McCarthy, McKenna Morrison, Brooke Tuzolo at times, Jalen Cuniff we talked about. Riley Morgan has played well. Everyone has come out and played well in a big way against their rivals, and I feel like they smell blood. 66 points with 4:45 left to go. It's been an impressive performance, Joey.
Now I want to go back to Emily Collins real quick, and I'll go down to Hadi Bilal very quickly. You were on the floor when the celebration happened. What was the reaction from the entire crowd at that time?
I mean, the Winchester side of the crowd just went wild. there was someone with a huge poster with their face with the 1,000 free points. It was a sight to see. This is the type of stuff you'd want to see in a rivalry game. I mean, something like seeing someone do something so profound and is special in a sport like this, especially in a rivalry like this. It's great to watch and good for her.
Special it absolutely is, and I think you mentioned the explosion by the Winchester crowd, but even some Woburn supporters were able to give their applause even in such a bitter rivalry that is Woburn-Winchester, which is, I think, one of the better things about sports as a whole. As Amari Williams finds Jasmine Morgan, who finds Kaylee McCarthy, who knocks down the wide open jumper. Inside, wide open, Ryan off the mark, rebounded by Williams.
Of course, we're here to remind you, 7 o'clock, Woburn Tanners boys basketball. Of course, our first time covering that. Against Winchester, big rivalry. Haley Zwicker for 3.
Off the mark, no good, and it trickles out of bounds. We'll have a 3-man studio to wrap up with a post-game thoughts for this matchup, and of course pregame for the boys matchup also against Winchester.
One win for the girls here as they're up 30 with 3:33 left to go. The boys team really haven't had the greatest season to their liking so far, but they're progressing, and tonight's a big game against a rival, so.
Inside for Riley McCarthy, ball trickles away again, but it'll stay with Woburn.
An important key player to look at in that game is Joe Dowdy, of course. Double-digit points in the loss against Watertown on Tuesday. Might start tonight.
Alina Yenyen jumper off the mark. Steve Sullivan runs another play out of an underneath the basket inbound. Shot was there, but off the mark, and the rebound also not there and taken in by Collins.
23, Sophia Olsen into the game.
Collins drives in and gets fouled, and she'll go to the stripe.
Sophia
Once
Olsen,
again.
4-year member of Tanners basketball, so salute to her.
First one from the line is no good. Collins, however, still the star for the red and black tonight.
Here comes Kaylee Bird, who we saw with 4 points on 2 big layups against Watertown.
Second one good by Collins. Olsen to inbound finds a Yenyen. Into the drive. McCarthy floats it up. No good. Rebounded off the mark. And it'll stay with the Tanners with 2:35 to go. 71-41. Still waiting for the open lane. It's off a defender and out of bounds. .216 to go. Winchester with 3 team fouls, the Tanners with 2. Overall, a pretty clean game, minus some little extra contact at the end of that third quarter. But nothing came out of it as Olsen comes away with the loose ball and a whistle.
Yeah, an important thing to note here about this Lady Tanners team is just take a look at the depth that they have. You have those 5 stars, but then you have Jasmine Morgan, Amari Williams, Kaylee McCarthy, Riley McCarthy, Haley Zwicker. I mean, it's incredible how many pieces. Kaylee Bird performed well. Alina Ayanian performed well. So that's 7 people I just named that could play a big part in this team. And not to mention, if you consider the progressions that Jenna Bakari, Riley Trask, Sophia Olsen can make in the next coming weeks. Also, with the players injured, as a scuffle here breaks out at the floor.
Olsen goes 1 of 2 from the line, and the ball became loose in a scrum for the ball. And it looks like Winchester came away with possession.
Of course, the Lady Tanners dealing with some injuries right now with Gianalessi Cepeda and Jocelyn McDonough, so you never know the impact they can make when they get back.
Inside, another whistle, ball rolling around. Count the basket and the foul. Under 2 minutes to go.
Guess who, Joey? Guess who, Joey, at the line? Emily Collins, once again.
Another old-fashioned three-point play for Emily. And Zeke, I'm glad you mentioned depth, because that's kind of a storyline we can go into with this boys basketball team, especially this year under new head coach David White. Some new players such as Joe Dowdy, as you mentioned earlier, and then also Gio Desir have stepped into new roles. Olsen shoots the 3 off the mark. Jenna Bakari fighting for the rebound. Jump ball is signaled.
Yeah, of course, Joey, and I'll get more into it at our show between the games, but this team has depth. This boys team has depth. They just don't have that guy yet. And it's not saying we're waiting for that guy. It's who's going to step up and be that guy, whether it be Mikey Sullivan, Jacoby Altman, Thomas O'Brien. Who can be that guy and step up and bring this team to the next level? Last year it was Brett Tuzlo. The year before that, it was Joe Gattuso and Michael Chiodo. Maybe Chris Chiodo can be that guy this year. Of course, the little brother of Michael Chiodo.
Kavanaugh drives in, gets deflected, and a nice swat there by the Tanners defense.
This lineup still staying with all of the Winchester starters.
Goes inside for Ryan. Ryan drives in, gets contact, and finishes. But it's an offensive foul. Basket won't count. 1:20 to go, 71-44. Bakari gets it in to Bird. Goes back to Bakari, and a traveling violation will hand the ball back to Winchester.
1:15 left to go in this game, and who's that girl going to be? Who's the girl that's going to come off the bench in garbage time and step up and show their worth?
Out of bounds it goes. Clock stops at 1:06. Let's see who you've got on the floor right now. Jenna Bakari, Riley Trask, Kaylee Bird, and another whistle as we'll check the lineup coming out of the timeout. .106 remaining, 71-44. Coach Sullivan drawing up one final game plan.
And I've got a question for you, Hadi. Go down to Hadi Bilal. And, you know, the Tanners been up by 20-30 for quite a bit now, but Steve Sullivan still animated on the sidelines. How animated has he been, and how much does he care about this team, no matter what the score is or how much of a lead they have?
Honestly, it just shows how much of a championship-type coach he is. No matter what the score might be, no matter how desperate the situation may be for the team, it's always time for being coaching as hard as he can, and he knows he loves his team, he loves his girls. It's always great to see because you know that's a component in every championship team. I hope they could finish the deal at the end of this year.
No matter the time, Coach Sullivan always willing to do what's best for the team. As we get down to 48.7 seconds remaining in this matchup. Inside, Kaylee Bird drives in and gets fouled. 39.9 to go.
Kaylee Bird with the bravery to get into the paint and put up a shot.
Zeke, we always mention who is going to step up around these times, and with the exception of Sophia Olsen, the rest of the crew on the floor right now still have time as a member of this program. So they, with this time, can groom themselves into becoming ready for a bigger role in later years.
Yeah, 100%. And we talk about Kaylee Bird. She's a freshman. Alina Ianian, she is a freshman. This team is deep when it comes to youth. Of course, Bakari and Trask, both juniors.
McCarthy still being double teamed this late into the ball game. Pass is deflected and taken away. Floated up by Bird, and that one's good.
Kaylee Bird once again. She's really talking herself into some minutes here.
Out of bounds stop with 4.7, 74-46. Schruel will inbound. It gets out to back to Schruel, who shoots a three. That one's off the mark. Your final score from the first half of the Twinville action, 74-46. We'll be back for a post-game wrap-up and pre-game thoughts for the second game here on WPMC. Back in the studio.
We're gonna on soon, and you're gonna grab.
Everyone, please clear the court. We have the boys game next, and they need the court to warm up, so please clear the court. Thank you.
10, 9.
Welcome back inside the WPMC studios alongside Zeke Altman and Hadi Bilal. I am Joey Matroni, and we are halfway done with our action tonight from Carl J. Torres Gymnasium, 74-46. Your final in favor of the Woburn Lady Tanners. Guys, what are some final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dominating performance from the Woburn Tanners once again. I mean, when you talk about McKenna Morrison and Shannon McCarthy, both with 16 points, Riley Morgan with 7 points, Brooke Tuzolo, and Kaylee McCarthy with 10 points of their own. But I want to go into Shannon McCarthy. She really found her rhythm tonight. You know, against Watertown, she didn't have the best rhythm. She wasn't finding her spots. But tonight, she really found her rhythm, finding those one-on-one matchups down low, and she did that really well.
Yeah, I want to expand on that. I mean, they genuinely had an amazing game, rivalry game. Overall, great performances on every phase of the game. Kenna Morrison, Shannon McCarthy, everyone played an important role in this game. I'm happy to see that, especially on Winchester's side, even though they kind of got blown out. The 1,000 career points was a special moment. Overall, just a great game.
Yeah, those 1,000 points for Emily Collins is, I'm sure, something she'll never forget. And now, we're going to the second half of our action. Boys basketball, not the start to the season they may have wanted, but it's a different era of Woburn boys basketball under new head coach David White.
Yeah, 100%. Head coach David White, he's emphasized, fast-paced basketball, working hard. And they've done it. They really have done it. They've lost a bunch of pieces. Brett Tusolo, Liam Dillon, the year before, Michael Chiodo, Joe Gattuso, they've done it. They've worked hard. They just haven't had that guy to step up and score 20, 30 points a game. And they're still trying to find that guy who can step up in the next few games. That's what it's about. David White, he's brought in a bunch of assistant coaches with him. Eric Bull, Champagne, all these different head coaches have brought that intensity with them. But who's going to step up? They have a young core. They have a bunch of juniors with Jacoby Altman, Nick DeFelice, Mikey Sullivan, and they have a bunch of freshmen with Matt Olson, Ethan Samuel, and Chris Chiodo. This team can do something, but they just have to take their foot and step it on the gas pedal.
Yeah, exactly. It's the start of a new era here in Woburn boys basketball, a whole new coaching staff instilling a whole new offense, overall change of pace, change of play, putting the intensity back into the game. It's just about who's going to step up, just like Zeke said.
Yeah, and I think you knew there were going to be some ups and downs with a new regime in any team, but especially in something like high school sports where the players are learning on the fly because you don't have any practices before you really get into a game.
Yeah, 100%, Joey. And it's about who's gonna show that effort on defense, who's gonna move their feet the fastest. And sophomore Jamari Francois has shown it. He's got in front of offensive players, moved his feet, and he's gained some minutes. If you look at the preseason games, he was one of those players that you question, was he going to be on JV or is he going to be on varsity this season? And now, going into this game, he's become one of the key pieces to this team. Chris Chiodo, one of the players you question, he's a freshman. Was he going to be on JV or is he going to be on varsity? But he's been quick, he's been fast, he's played good defense, he shot well from the field. So those are two players to keep an eye on the defensive end going into this one.
And I'm sure, although the record doesn't look too great on paper right now, there's still time for that late season push for this boys basketball team.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to mention is this team does not have a captain. This team, literally, not figuratively, they literally don't have a captain because head coach David White's philosophy is everybody needs to be leaders. Everybody needs to be a leader out there on the floor and work hard, show their leadership qualities, and they need to do that with the play, with the skill, everything if this team wants to progress to the next level, Joey. let's get to some overall Tanner sports while we're at it.
All right, now this is where I want to start. One of the biggest wins in recent time in all of Tanner sports, a 4-0 shutout win for boys hockey over Reading just days ago, and the star of that game, Logan Roderick, the goalie with 26 saves.
Honestly, I was lucky enough to be at that game. 4-0, a shutout. Logan Roderick playing amazing at being goalie. Overall, great play from Woburn in every phase of that match. I'm not that much of a hockey expert, but it was pretty obvious to see how well they prepared against Reading, against that top-ranked team in the state, and they're proven to be one of the best teams in the state themselves after that game.
Yeah, and to echo off what Hadi was saying, it's really what matters is the first goal. Who's going to score the first goal? Who's going to provide that energy throughout the game? And that man was Matt Mahoney. At the beginning of the game, it felt like Reading was controlling the puck, playing much better than the Tanners, but Matt Mahoney got down the ice, stepped up big time, and got his goal, and that panned off to another goal from the big guy, Jack Parise, and then to Avery Powers. And so it was an incredible performance from the Tanners against, Boston, Hockey Night in Boston ranked Reading 4th in Division I, and Woburn 5th in Division II. So throughout those rankings, you might assume Reading, probably the better team, but Woburn stamped their foot on Reading and showed who's the best team in the Middlesex League. Joey?
The Tanners undoubtedly will remain in that top 5 after the 4-0 shutout victory. And one final thought on hockey. They came into this season a little bit shorthanded due to injuries, but they just recently got Hayden LaPrade back on defense, which I think will make an impact defensively for the rest of the season.
Yeah, having the presence of their senior captain back on the ice surely set a great tone for the team. Surely made them play a little better, having their leader back on the ice, and overall, just an amazing performance. I'm excited to see what they're going to have in store for the rest of the season.
Special stuff from Hayden LaPrade.
Now, Zeke, I want to give you some time to talk about your beloved Tanner track teams.
Thank you, Joey, and I appreciate the chance to talk about the Tanner track team. The girls, of course. 2 years in a row, Middlesex League Championships, led by Kayla Bubak, led by Grace Bautista, a really good squad. You have Nicole Ganji in the hurdles. They won their first match against Reading pretty handily, then Winchester pretty handily, then Arlington pretty handily. This Belmont team is probably the worst team in the Middlesex League, and they will go into Lexington with a chance to win the Middlesex League. Tons of state qualifiers, I can name them, but we'd run into the boys game if that were the case. But I want to talk about the boys team a little bit. This has been the most exciting the boys team has been in years, since 2018, and head coach Bill O'Connor was the coach. You talk about the mid-distance, distance, all these different key components. Zach Bates, Johnny Capone, Johnny Pereira in distance. You have Matt Belliani, and Ty Pendergast has stepped up big time in that role. And then hurdles, Nick Kramer, qualifying for New Balance national champions. He's been incredible. Of course, that team led by Matt Belliani, Ryan Piscini, Alex Tran. And I want to highlight Brian Bogus in the hurdles, and Nahashan Lubowa has taken massive strides in his sprinting game. So they are also undefeated, going for the Middlesex League title on January 15th at New Balance Track in Boston. Joey?
These have been a big success, especially for both teams, but especially I've noticed it in the boys team is when I am made aware of the final results due to the Instagram post, I constantly see getting gold, silver, and bronze all through Tanner Track.
100%, Joey. We're putting our foot on the gas pedal. We're making ourselves known.
Indeed, and that is your update on Tanner Sports. We'll be back for the start of the second matchup. Some final pregame thoughts will be up in about 19 minutes. We'll be back inside the studio after a quick break.
Good stuff. Good stuff, boys.
Good stuff, good stuff. Welcome back inside the WPMC studios as we get set for the second half of action tonight between the Woburn Tanners and the Winchester Red and Black. The rivalry continues, this time on the boys' side. Zeke, you've been very close to this boys' basketball team early in the season. What do you think we're going to see tonight?
Yeah, but first of all, I just want to start by being grateful. I'm here with you, Joey, commentating some boys' basketball. And we got ready for this game with that domination of an appetizer. And now we're here for the main event. This team needs someone to step up. Who is it going to be tonight? We're going to hear the starters right now to see who that's going to be.
Good evening and welcome to Woburn High School for tonight's matchup between the Winchester Red and Black and your Woburn Tanners. Introducing tonight's starting lineup for the Red and Black. Number 24, Alex Casey. Number 12, Jack Charchaplian. Number 11, Captain Dylan Ketterer. Number 5, Captain Ben Wilson. And number 1, Captain Wes August-Quinn. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Tanners. Number 33, Dominic Caffarella. Number 13, Thomas O'Brien. Number 3, Mikey Sullivan. Number 0, Joe Dowdy. And number 10, Chris Chiodo. Would everyone now please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Back inside the WPMC studios as you get one final look at the Carl J. Torres Gymnasium before game time. Now, Zeke, the starting lineup for the Woburn Tanners has not been solidified up to this point in the season. Tonight we've got Chris Chiodo, Joe Dowdy, Thomas O'Brien, Dom Caffarella, and Mikey Sullivan.
Yeah, look for Mikey Sullivan to be the guy that scores the basketball. Thomas O'Brien last year, known for his defense, he is another guy that has stepped up in a scoring way. Joe Doughty, double-digit points last week. And actually on Tuesday, he gets the starting spot tonight, and we are set for action in this one. Dom Caffarella, of course, getting the start with that 6'8" height. Take a look for Wesley Caucus-Quinn. He does not miss from the three-point line. He's committed to George Washington.
We are underway. And a quick drive by Thomas O'Brien, who shoots the fadeaway. It's off the mark and a quick rebound by the red and black. Caucus-Quinn swings it and it's stolen away. Caffarella over in the corner. Movement without the ball from O'Brien. Sullivan swing it, or Doughty rather.
Doughty finding it hard to get past Alex Casey. Exceptional defense.
Caffarella pops the jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. He got it and put it back up and in.
Great stuff from Dominic Caffarella. He's struggled to find minutes throughout the season this year, but here he is playing in a big way. Missed the jumper, follows it, and gets the rebound.
Back the other way come the red and black. The drive out in the corner. Swing for the elbow. O'Brien on the defense. The drive back out. Three ball is good.
Charkaflian, first three-pointer of the game. Not someone we talked about, but Winchester are like that. They have a lot of guys that go under the radar for this team.
Ball goes back to Caffarella. Caffarella swings it out. O'Brien back to Dom. Dom fighting through the defense. No good. Rebound. Red and black.
You know, that's a miss for Dom Caffarella, but I like that. I like the aggressive nature of Dom Caffarella. To get into the paint, take a couple shots.
Another red and black three. This one off the mark and taken in, and a rebound. Out of bounds.
Yeah, Wes Caucus-Quinn, of course, we talked about his three-point ability. Quite a quick release there. He misses from three.
Quick substitution. Dylan Sigsbury checks in for the first time tonight. You may recognize him from the football field, as many Woburn sports athletes, a dual sport athlete, now on the parquet. Back the other way come the red and black. Loose ball forced by Chris Chiodo. Regain possession and do the red and black. Drive, here comes a double from the Tanners. Back out to the corner, looking to shoot threes again. That one's off the mark. Offensive board. Extra chances for the red and black. Over the back, and that will be a foul, which means the Tanners will take over.
Good defense by the Tanners. Good pursuit by all five guys. You know, it's a team game. Got to play defense all across the floor, and that's what the Tanners did well there. They're down one, though. Going to be looking forward to get Mikey Sullivan and Thomas O'Brien the basketball a little bit more.
Sigsbury finds Doughty into the corner. It goes for Sullivan. Chiodo moving towards the paint. This time he takes it at the top of the key. Sigsbury seems open. Instead, he loses the ball. It does Chiodo. He couldn't find Sigsbury, and it's another whistle.
Once again, a turnover by Winchester. Looked like a foul on the other end, but Woburn, short memory, get the ball right back. Want to note Mikey Sullivan playing with a face mask throughout the season, but here he is without it off. His face has healed.
Sigsbury on the elbow. Mikey shoots a three and knocks it down.
That's the guy for Woburn. That's the guy you want with the ball behind the arc. He's going to hit all your big shots from behind the arc. They've got good shooters on this team. They just need to unleash them.
Back out, our top of the key drive. Dylan Sigsbury on the defense, but the pass is wide and out of bounds, and the Tanners will take possession.
Yeah, great defense once again from the Tanners. They forced a couple turnovers in a row here. Need to continue that momentum from defense onto offense.
Slowly taking the ball up the court. Sigsbury comes to get the dribble handoff from Joe Doughty. It's off the mark, the shot, but a whistle.
You know, we saw a couple of those in the girls' game where they get the ball, you can't set their feet, 3 steps, and the next thing you know, it's a travel. Sigsbury has done that a couple times this season. Not his biggest skill, but he can offer a lot to this team.
Dylan Ketterer set to inbound.
Ben Wilson with the ball. He was a big piece of their football team.
Had the longest reception of the day on Thanksgiving Day, going against the Tanner. Nick DeFelice checking in. Press here shown by the red and black. Let's see how the Tanners handle it. They struggled with it last year. Let's see if any improvements have been made. DeFelice finds himself caught in a double team. Mikey Sullivan came to kind of help. Instead, it goes the other way for a 3. It's Chris Chiodo.
Yeah, the ball movement works out well there. Finding Chris Chiodo wide open in the corner for 3. He knocks it down. Good shooting start for the Tanners.
8-3 early with 3:39 to go. The drive, Chiodo trying to fight. Instead, it goes in off the glass for the red and black.
Yeah, quick 5 points for Charkathlian.
Tanners can't handle the press this time. Back the other way. The layup's off the mark. Offensive rebound is taken away by Thomas O'Brien.
Yeah, one thing they've struggled with this season, as Mikey Sullivan takes a 3, one thing they've struggled with this season, which has led them to their 1-6 record, is they can't keep possession of the basketball. They get better at that, the sky's the limit, but they need to work harder with that, as Winchester and Woburn are even early in this game with 4 turnovers.
Sort of a sloppy game to begin, which makes sense with the low score at 8-5 with 3 minutes to go.
Head coach David White and head coach John Fleming for Winchester surely not happy with 4 turnovers early in this game, as Caucus Quinn gets a bucket.
DeFelice trying to beat the press. He gets it to Sullivan, who finds the corner. It's Dylan Sigsbury, and it gets stuck in between the basket and the board.
Isn't it a beautiful sight, Joey, when you see that in basketball? Isn't it just, it's just beautiful, a nice little wedge.
It's one of those nuances that you see every once in a while. Boban Marjanovic, known for the bravery and heroics in fixing those.
Mikey Sullivan out, Jacoby Altman checks in, and Gio Desir also checking into this one.
Tanners answer the red and black press with a press of their own. It's Chris Chiodo
Also Nick DeFelice into the game.
closely guarding the ball. Off the glass, it's good, plus the foul. Winchester fired up about that one, and just like that, they've taken the lead 9-8.
Charkathlian, just really good start to this game. He's really controlling the pace, playing really well.
Charkathlian able to convert the old-fashioned 3. Still a one-possession game at 10-8. Jamari Francois checks into the game for the first time tonight for the Tanners. Nick DeFelice still in to take the ball up. He's being pressed once again. The Tanners have handled that just okay up to this point as Thomas O'Brien comes to set the screen. He receives the dribble handoff, drives in, going left, fakes back right, and he's blocked. Still got it, instead it's a whistle.
Got bumped and bruised a couple times there. It looked like a foul should have been called a little earlier, but nonetheless, we weren't have a side out. Jamari Francois, we talked about him a little bit earlier in the pregame show, how he brings such good effort on the defensive end, but here's Gio Desir.
Gio Desir, we talked about in the break between games. He's one of the guys that have stepped into a larger role under the new Woburn basketball regime in David White and company. Desir gets the screen from O'Brien. Dribble handoff to Altman, who lost control, is able to stay beyond half court, keep possession after dribbling it all throughout the backcourt, and instead gets denied, but he'll keep possession. Tough play there by Jacoby.
Yeah, it all started with the bobble a little earlier in the possession. Once you do that, you kind of put yourself in a tough place because you have to continue to recover. Jacoby tried to make something out of it, so he got a side out for his team.
DeFelice is not going to get a shot off in time. It's a 35-second violation and another early turnover from the Tanners.
Checking in for Winchester, number 1, Marcus Quinn.
Caucus Quinn checks back in. He's number 1. Altman closely guarding the ball handler. Thomas O'Brien comes with some help. A swing back out to the elbow. O'Brien still tight defense. Shot goes up, rebounded by Desir. O'Brien fakes the pass. Instead dumps it off for Nick DeFelice. DeFelice gets it back to O'Brien. Francois, the shifty guard, gets it back to DeFelice, who now has a lane. He gets it to the corner. Gio thought about it, doesn't take it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Into the corner, off the hands of Francois, and out of bounds.
Just a little bit of overthinking. Gio Desir had Altman wide open before Desir was wide open in the corner. Tanner's just a little bit overthinking on offense there. Find your guy, take your shot, next possession.
That's consecutive possessions from the Tanners that have gone down late in the shot clock. So you can see they're struggling to find their best shot. Mikey Sullivan checks back in.
You know, the best shot is there. Who's going to make that play to create that best shot? Who's going to be a playmaker?
Charkaflian back in as well, and we've got a whistle with 20.3 seconds left to go in this first quarter. It's 8-10 still. We've been stuck at a stalemate for a little bit here. That could be a testament to just some of the defense we've seen here early. Dylan Sigsbury checks back in, taking out Thomas O'Brien. Back the other way into the elbow it goes, the drive. The kick out to the opposite elbow. Inside it goes, and the layup hangs on the rim, no good. 7 seconds on the clock. 4, 3, 2, red and black looking to get a shot off, and the floater is good with just over a second to go. And the Tanners were held at 8 points for a very long time. And the red and black get the final 5 points of the quarter to end the quarter in a 12-8 lead.
Yeah, what we saw in that girls' game, we saw a high-scoring affair, a lot of points scored. This one, not so much, only 20 points scored in 8 minutes of basketball, 12-8, of course, to Winchester. The one question I have right now is, you take Dom Caffarella out with, I felt like the first 1 or 2 minutes, and the team has struggled rebounding, I felt. I felt they've struggled to get the ball and feed it out to their teammates, and especially on that last possession. The Tanners could have rebounded the basketball, but Winchester got the ball, floater, and they got their points. Now it's 12-8, 4-point advantage Winchester have. Dom Caffarella could be in there to get those rebounds, Charlie.
Indeed, and I think he was someone that had a role more so last year, but
They're going to cue me.
in his limited time, he wants to make the best out of it, and I think knowing who Dom Caffarella is, he's going to keep doing that.
100%. Dom Caffarella is one of the best-hearted person I know. Hadi, how's the experience down there on the court, especially with the head coach David White's new energy?
Yeah, I mean the energy, not just in the sideline, but the crowd as well. The energy is high. Rivalry game, just like I said with the girls' game earlier today. It is a close game right now. Physical basketball, both sides. Woburn capitalizing on a few turnovers here and there, but otherwise just an enjoyable watch, an enjoyable first quarter. Excited to see what's going to happen in the second quarter now.
Loose ball, the Tanners all go out of bounds with it, and the red and black will take possession back over. Tanner's applying some pressure. It gets into Charkaflian, who is using his dribbling ability on the wing. It's into the corner, and it's good, almost good.
See, that's perfect offense right there. Alex Casey penetrates into the lane, finds a wide open Caucus Quinn. You know that's your shooter, and you know that's the guy you get it to. Of course, he misses the three, but Joe Dowdy on the other end.
He gets his opportunity to penetrate into the lane and gets 2 free throws.
2 shots for Dowdy.
Joe Dowdy knocks down the first one, and that will get the Tanners off of 8 points for the first time in a while. Dowdy goes 2 for 2, and the Tanners are back within a possession.
This team with a very impressive freshman group. You've got Matt Olson, Chris Chiodo, Ethan Samuel, and even on JV, you've got Aiden Brown, who's putting up good performances night in and night out.
Tough defense again. You can hear David Wynn on the sideline barking out the defensive signals. Dylan Sigsbury on the defense, the drive, and an offensive foul. That might be some of the momentum the Tanners may have needed to get back into this ballgame.
Yeah, and you've got to make a choice as a defender. You've got to either defend that baseline guy or go take the charge. Of course, taking the charge is the braver option, and that's exactly what Jacoby Altman did there. He took the charge, and the Tanners are going the other way with the basketball.
Altman inbounds the ball to Joe Dowdy. The press continues, and it's another turnover. This time, what can the red and black turn it into? It's an open 3, and that's a backbreaker if you're the Tanners on that one to extend the lead to 5. Pass deflected once again. This time, Mikey Sullivan's in the right place at the right time. Thomas O'Brien swings, drives, the ball's loose. He dives for the floor looking for the jump ball. The signal is jump ball, but possession still favors the red and black. Tanners are trying to equal the press of the red and black, but from what I'm seeing, Zeke, as Caucus Quinn knocks down another 3, extending the lead to 8. And then Zeke going back to the press. I think the Winchester press has been much more successful compared to that.
Oh, 100%, Joe. I couldn't agree more. And 2 words we use so much during football was unforced errors. The Tanners, in football, a lot of their mistakes they made were penalties, false starts, holding calls, unforced errors. This team right now, they can do so much. They're playing so well, playing hard, but the unforced errors right here, exactly on the inbound pass. They're turning over the ball, and they just need to work harder to possess the ball. They've struggled with that so much this season.
Matt Cavino threw that inbound pass, but the defender using their length to an advantage as the pass from Dowdy goes inside. A nice fake by O'Brien to open up a mid-range jumper. No good. A nice move there inside. And finding a wide open teammate there, and it's off the mark. Thomas O'Brien trying to do it himself. Goes back out for Cavino, who drives to the left, tries to finish, but he's rejected at the rim.
Yeah, senior Isaac Nortellis comes off the bench to make that play. I believe he was a transfer from Austin Prep to these Winchester Red and Black.
Nortellis was also the one who deflected the earlier inbound pass.
Showing his athleticism at the start of this one.
Nortellis guarding the inbound once again. This time the pass gets out to O'Brien, who goes right back to DeFelice. Mikey Sullivan from distance, no good. And another Tanner foul.
Matt Cavino Sr. getting some run out here. As Matt Olson checks in, the freshman. Just want to mention Char Kaflin, who had a ton of points at the beginning of the game. He is a freshman. Coming to this level and succeeding as a freshman is very impressive.
Yes, it is, and of course, the experience, you only get better with experience in the world of high school sports. Inside it goes, and another Woburn foul will send the red and black to the line.
That's number 10, Craig O'Callahan at the line.
Our colleague Hadi Bilal there to retrieve the ball and get it back to the ref in time for the free throws.
As Craig O'Callahan misses the first one, just to mention, Jacoby Altman, Craig O'Callahan, Alex Casey, Ryan Harding, 3 of those players on Winchester, of course, and Jacoby Altman from Woburn. Those 4 are on an AAU team together. Of course, Evo Basketball, shout out Evo Basketball. So they know exactly how each other plays and what their tendencies are, their cadences.
1 of 2 from the line goes Craig O'Callahan.
Tanners need to get it over the line here. This press is very good for Winchester.
Into the paint it goes. They were trying to get it to number 24. That is Matt Olson, who's checking in for the first time tonight. And we've got another whistle and a break. 19-10 your score. The red and black up with 4:58 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Jamari Francois, after that drive right there, he could have went up for the shot, chose to go out to Matt Olson. His pass got deflected. It's a turnover. Take that shot. What's the worst that could happen? It gets blocked. You get another possession. It's a little bit scared to take some shots. Who's going to be that guy? We've been talking about it before the show, during the girls' game. Who is going to be that guy for this Woburn team? Mikey Sullivan hit a big 3. Chris Chiodo hit a big 3. Who could take that momentum into the next possession, and the possession after that, and the possession after that, Joe?
As we get later on in the season, we're going to need to find an answer to that exact question. But now I want to quickly go to Hadi Bilal. Hadi, something we've seen early on in the season for the boys basketball team is their communication. What have you heard from them on the court early tonight?
Yeah, I heard Coach White pretty adamant about the press earlier this quarter. I think you probably heard that on the broadcast as well. It's been an important part of what he's been talking to his kids about on the sideline. He's going to try to give some information during this timeout to tell them exactly what they're trying to do during this next few minutes of the second quarter.
Thank you, Hadi. And just a quick stat update, 11 turnovers for the Tanners. So everything we're saying in here is happening on the court. So just something to look out for as head coach David White gets his boys ready to go back onto the court. 19-10, 9-point advantage, almost double the points that Woburn have. 4:58 left to go in the second quarter. Very low scoring affair. There's not much scoring on both sides going on, but a couple players to look out for. Jack Charkaflian and Wesley Caucus-Quinn have been doing a great job for Winchester.
Alex Casey gets it in. Backed out. He gets it back to Casey. His 3's off the mark. He gets his own rebound as it bounces all the way out. Casey drives in and finishes at the basket. Press continues to come. Francois can't get it. Oh, what a save, and it bounces all the way out into the paint. No good. Rebound, a circus type play there, but it ends up with a Thomas O'Brien rebound. Mikey Sullivan the other way gets a screen from O'Brien. They haven't been able to do much with those screens up to this point, but it's not just O'Brien, just general. Screens aren't really opening up the normal space you would see. The defense has been right on top of it.
It's been tough for Woburn to find those lanes. It's been tough, Joey. And you drive in and you kick out. That's how it's been for Winchester. I mean, they've gotten a ton of open shots. They're not hitting their open shots as much as Woburn are not finding open shots.
And you continue to see that the red and black are not afraid to take their threes, and we've seen that early. Sullivan gets it back to Altman. Altman looking to move it. Instead, he gets it to Sigsbury, who floats it up off the glass, offensive board. Ball hangs on the rim, no good, and the second chance is there.
Great putback by Chris Chiodo. He's been one of the big pieces to this team throughout this season. He's been a great piece to the start of this game for the Tanners.
Back out. It goes to Casey. Casey closely guarded, driving into the corner, and it's out of bounds.
There you go.
The Tanners force a rare red and black turnover.
There you go. Chris Chiodo again tried to step up on his man, didn't overcommit, forced a turnover, pass, and here's Jacoby Altman bringing up the ball.
When I say rare turnover, I mean that in more of the momentum type of description, as the Tanners have gotten a lot of the more recent turnovers on them due to the red and black press. Chiodo now handling the basketball. Looking inside, he's got O'Brien. O'Brien quickly double teamed. Sigsbury can't get it, and here comes Casey, one-on-one, and he finishes at the rim.
O'Brien, DeFelice, and Sullivan also on that AAU team with Alex Casey. They know those tendencies as Jacoby Altman gets a quick and one layup here. As they're going to call that on the floor, it looks like.
No continuation on the foul call, and Jacoby will go to the line. First one is good, getting the lead back to just 10 for the red and black. Jacoby can get it to single digits with another free throw here. And if you can get it to a single digit lead before the end of the half, I think David White would be pleased with the end of the half.
Yeah, especially after all the mistakes they've had. Just keeping it in the single digits, that's a win, because you go into halftime, have a talk, figure it out, and you're right back out there.
Charkaflian tried to set up a play, and it goes back out to Casey, but a wide open Charkaflian knocks down the triple.
The freshman keeps going, man. He keeps working hard, finding those open shots, drilling those threes. He's been impressive. You can see why he's starting as a freshman.
Nice move there for the jumper, but it rolls off the rim, and the red and black have another chance to go down the court here. They pop the mid-range themselves off the mark, and a rebound by Sullivan, who's looking to push the pace. It goes off the hands of Casey, and it'll stay with the Tanners.
Yeah, good look there from the Tanners. Deep.
Checking in for Winchester, number 3, Nortellis.
Number 3, Isaac Nortellis checks back into the game here. And inside goes O'Brien, who finishes through tough contact. Casey inside. It goes back out to Casey, who's on the elbow. Double team comes by the Tanners, leaving another open 3 opportunity. Lucky that one didn't go down. Second chance, still no. Rebounded Chiodo. Driving in, and another block by Nortellis. He's been a defensive force early. Casey lost it out of bounds, and the Tanners get away with the turnover there. Or get away with more so a lack of defense on the fast break.
Yeah, it's for the Tanners. It's breaking that first line of press here is what they've struggled on, as they do it here.
Sullivan into the corner, a jump pass. Sigsbury swings it for Altman, who has an open 3. No good. Tanners do not press on this one. And a foul and a timeout. rather a timeout. And with 1:07, the Tanners have got it within 10, 26-16. Zeke, what have you seen in terms of late improvements here in the second quarter?
Yeah, in the beginning of the half, they hadn't been even getting past that first line of Winchester defense on the press or even in the half court. You know, as they've gone throughout this first half, they've started to be able to penetrate into that second level of the press and of the defense, and it's been impressive. They just continue to get bad shots, continue to get contested shots, blocked shots. Winchester have really had some stifling defense in this first half. They've done very well.
Now we'll go down to Hadi. Well, Hadi, I know you're down on the end of the floor where the red and black have been running their offense. What have you seen in terms of the changes on defense for the Tanners?
I'd say a few changes have been made by Coach White. Other than that, trying to keep themselves in this game, down by 10, doing whatever they can to try to score more points to the other end, try to create turnovers on the defensive end. Overall, you could probably notice a few different changes on defense. Yeah, that's for sure.
Red and black get it into Trakafny, and he's looking to drive. Instead, he goes out for Caucus Quinn, and now it's back the other way. Caucus Quinn gets it back on the corner. No good. Quick rebound by Mikey Sullivan, under a minute to go.
It's been impressive keeping Wesley Caucus Quinn quiet. He's been one of their best players.
Sigsbury swings it for O'Brien. Goes back to Altman. The drive. Altman takes a spill, and it's a turnover. But a turnover on the other end. Mikey Sullivan takes it away. The mid-range jumper's good. Under 30 seconds to go now. The defense chants rain down by the Woburn student section. Whited out tonight. 12 seconds. Trakafny fires and knocks it down to answer Sullivan. Gotta go quick through the Tanners. Altman finds Sullivan, who gets his three blocked at the end of the half.
Yeah, it's about tells the story of this first half, that block shot right there. It's been stifling from Winchester, whether it be at the three-point line or in the paint. This Winchester defense has been incredible, keeping this Tanners team to 18 points. It's been good stuff from Winchester defense, and their offense has produced some good shots.
I think the guy that's been the most impressive for the red and black is Jack Trakafny. He's only a freshman, but you can see the raw talent that he has.
Yeah, 100%. Jack Trakafny, as a freshman, coming out here and making a difference, it's been impressive. Hadi, what's the mood on the bench down there?
Yeah, I mean, they've been kind of chipping back in this lead a little bit. Haven't been that much scoring in the second quarter. I'm sure Coach White is going to get the boys back together and give them the adjustments they need and come out firing in the second half.
Indeed, that is what Coach David White will look to do. I'm sure he'll have plenty to say in the halftime speech, but we'll take a quick break here and be back with you just before the start of the second half here on WPMC. for the second half of action. We've got a 28-18 score in favor of the red and black. Now, I'll ask this question to both Zeke and Heidi. What do you think needs to change in this second half for the Tanners?
Yeah, there's a big turnover situation happening in the team right now. A lot of not that good ball discipline on their side of the court. I'm thinking Coach White is telling them these adjustments in the locker room at halftime. I'm sure that these fixes will be made soon. Hopefully, it's only a 10-point game, and especially in rivalry games, anything can happen. Deficits can change in mere seconds and mere minutes. So we'll see what's gonna happen now.
Altman finds Chiodo inside, and it's an early turnover. Just as Heidi's talking about the turnover battle. And it's a three on the other end. It's
Charkaflian. Oh my goodness. If you're Woburn, a freshman continues to shoot lights out, but they're all points off of turnovers, and they continue to be a problem.
Matt Cavino with a lane to drive, but he gets blocked again. Going the other way. Charkaflian finds an open man in the corner. Off the mark, no good. Rebound. And a whistle. Cavino came away with the rebound.
Looks to be a timeout here by the Tanners.
Now, Zeke, I'll let you answer that same question I just asked. What needs to change if you're the Woburn Tanners?
Yeah, it's ball discipline. I mean, Hadi talked about it. It's not very. It's pretty clear. It's pretty clear what the situation is when you talk about ball discipline, keeping the ball, possessing the basketball. Another thing is when you possess the basketball, find that open shot. Find a place where you can put the ball in someone's hands and they can go to work. The Tanners haven't found that guy. Mikey Sullivan's done it a couple times. Altman has done it a couple times. But really, they haven't been able to take possession of the basketball, take possession of what they need to do and go get a bucket.
And I'll play the role of Winchester here. I think if the press continues to work this way, you can't go away from it. It's something that's going to get you so many extra possessions that can only increase your current lead.
Yeah, there's a reason why there's a 13-point gap right now between the teams. It's obvious it's the points off of turnovers, and it's the stifling defense that Winchester is playing. Those are the two reasons why there's a 13-point gap in this game.
Tanner's back on the ball now. Jacoby Altman will bring it up. This time he hands it off to Thomas O'Brien. O'Brien sets the screen. Gets it back to O'Brien. It goes back to O'Brien. His layup's no good. Rebound. Red and black. Back out the other way, Charkaflian. After getting it from Nortellis. Casey on the drive. Into the corner it goes. Drive. Fake into the wing. Charkaflian again. And a loose ball. Let's see how it's ruled. And the Tanners will take possession. Dylan Sigsbury does exactly that with answering a three.
Dylan Kingsbury, good from three.
And a drive by Casey. Offensive foul.
That could be the momentum swing right there. Matt Cavino, a massive charge take. That's bravery right there, following the big Dylan Sigsbury three. Those are two guys that used to run it up back in the A-team days, back in their travel careers.
Tanners lose control for a second. Instead, it gets back to Cavino. Or O'Brien, excuse me. This time it does get to Cavino. The underhand pass. O'Brien swings it. Corner. Sigsbury. Drive. No good. Gets his own. Still loose and out of bounds in favor of the red and black.
They're going to call it Winchester basketball here. Very questionable call. It looked like Woburn basketball all the way. But talk about the impact Macavino's had, Joey.
Indeed, you can see his energy is different than a lot of these guys on the floor right now. Another one of those guys that's taking the biggest advantage possible of the minutes he's given. Altman dives for a possible steal. It gets back to the red and black. Inside, foul, no basket.
Yeah, it's honestly something fresh when you get a guy like Macavino to come off the bench. Someone that Winchester haven't seen in the film. People haven't seen much. He's been great.
We talked about needing a guy to step up. Maybe Matt Cavino can be that guy.
Ben Wilson at the line.
Wilson goes 2 for 2. Jacoby Altman, here comes the press again. Nortellis trying to grab it. And they rule it did go off of his hand, meaning the Tanners will keep possession. Press does not go away. Cavino left-hand dribble. Gets back to Altman. And Joe Doty inside. O'Brien with a left-hand layup. No good. Rebound.
Cavino, strong layup there as Wilson tries to find Caucus Quinn down low.
Another offensive foul, and the Tanners take back possession again on another red and black turnover.
Yeah, I want to go back to the possession before Macavino got the ball down low. Was strong and took the ball up. That's exactly what the Tanners need to do. I know he missed the shot, but that's the type of offense they need to create for themselves.
Winchester foul number 24. That is his second foul.
The Winchester foul goes on number 24, Alex Casey.
Doughty, a big performer against Watertown. In that loss, he's earned himself a starting spot, and he's been performing pretty well in this one. He's been getting the ball down the court, and he's had some good moments in this as he drains the second free throw.
Free throw is good. Casey now taking up the basketball. Gets it to Jarkaflian, who goes to the opposite wing, and the drive, and the layup's off the mark. Dylan Sigsbury comes away with the rebound. Altman tries to get it to the corner. The three by Sigsbury is long, and a rebound by the red and black. We apologize for any previous audio issues. Casey now dribbling up the basketball. Closely guarded. On the other end, Casey gets it back, drives, and Caucus Quinn can't finish.
Looked like
But
there to be a
whistle.
foul. Macavino on the reach right before Caucus Quinn went by him. Second foul on Macavino in his minutes of play tonight.
Casey driving in, trying to finish with the right, no good rebound. Back the other way come the Tanners. Into the corner it goes. The three rolls around, fight for it, and Casey's got it. Cavino tried to get another steal, and he gets a little bit too aggressive with the reach, and it's another foul. Instead, it's going. We'll restart the play underneath the basket.
Chiodo, the leading scorer for the Tanners, with 5 points of his own, along with Sullivan.
Driving in is Sharkaflian, looking to a wide open man in the corner. Caucus Quinn. He's not going to miss that one.
Yeah, you give a shooter like Wesley Caucus Quinn, known as Wesley Snipes in Winchester, that much time, he is not going to miss, as you said, Joey.
Had time to set his feet, get a good grip on the basketball, and knocked it down.
You know, going into the second half, you don't know how many they've added on since, but 14 turnovers for the Tanners. They've added at least 3 or 4 on to that total. So looking at around 17 to 18 and 19 turnovers through about 23 minutes of basketball.
3:11 remaining in this third quarter, and 8 minutes after that. Jacoby Altman floats it up for Dom Caffarella, who's finally back into the ball game. Thomas O'Brien swings it for Mikey Sullivan, who's looking above his head. Gets it to Dom Caffarella. Out for Jacoby on the wing. He backs it out to the elbow. Fakes a 3. Instead goes down to Dom. Dom goes out for Chiodo. Off the front of the rim, short. Altman flies in for the rebound. No good. Still a fight for it. Altman hits the deck along with 2 red and black players, and a timeout to save possession by the red and black.
Yeah, Joey, Winchester dive on that basketball, a couple Tanners converging, and Winchester decide to take the cautionary route. John Fleming is their head coach, and he has had a great game plan for this one, Joey.
I think you are exactly right in saying that, Zeke, and he knows which of his players can score the basketball at a consistent rate, and he's trying to go to them each and every time down the floor.
Yeah. This Winchester team, they go 7 deep. They have their 5 starters: Caucus Quinn, Ben Wilson, Ketterer, Char Kathleen, Casey, and then they go 2 more. They go O'Callahan, and then they go Nortellis. This team is conditioned to play a lot of minutes, and they look like it. They've ran this team out of the water, Joe.
Now I'll go down to Hadi Bilal. Hadi, what have you seen Coach David White continue to vocalize on the sideline as the Tanners still find themselves down double digits?
Yeah, Coach White really highlighting the fact that they got to get stops. He said that multiple times in that break right there. We got to get stops. We got to get stops. He says they're gonna have to do whatever it takes to get those stops for you. There is a 14-point game right now. Anything that goes, because they got to get something going at this point.
Another charge taken there by the Tanners, and they'll get an early turnover out of timeout, leading to one of those aforementioned stops that Hardy spoke of earlier.
Yeah, that's a big play right there. You're just looking for that one play that can create momentum. Could that be the play?
Now that philosophy by David White reminds me of the old adage, good defense leads to greater offense. And I think that's what David White is thinking in those timeouts. Another 3 opportunity. This one's Chris Chiodo, and he knocks it down to get it to 11.
Chris Chiodo really stepping up here.
Another one of those young players that has fit in nicely to this basketball roster for the Tanners.
Yeah, Char Kathleen as a freshman having a big game. Chris Chiodo responding as a freshman with a big game of his own.
Casey with a massive rebound there with showing his strength. Driving in, outside, the 3 off the mark, still loose. Char Kathleen jumper, got it. He is money from that mid-range.
Char Kathleen, wow, a freshman coming into Woburn against your rivals in hostile environment and having a game like this. He is one cold-blooded player.
Mikey Sullivan tries to answer with a 3. That one's off the mark. And a rebound by Caucus Flynn. The other way, a 3. Casey, no good. Rebounded by the Tanners. Going the other way is Mikey Sullivan trying to drive. Finds Chiodo, who wants another. No good. Rebound, Big Dom off the
That's what it gives you
Miss,
right there.
and he's got a foul and 2 free throws.
That's why he's in the game. That's why you put Dom Caffarel in the game. Because he gets rebounds like that, big rebounds. Chiodo misses the 3. You think the possession's over? No. Dom Caffarel comes flying in there to get a rebound, and here he is with 2 shots, hoping to capitalize on it.
You can get it back to within 11 with 2 makes.
Couple players check back in for Woburn: Matt Covino, Thomas O'Brien.
Dom off the front of the rim on the first one. In a deficit like this, free throws are something that you really would like to convert on, as they're your easiest chances at points.
Yeah, a player that saw a bunch of minutes in the preseason and in the first 2 games, Gio Desir, has not seen much in this one. See if he can come off the bench and make an impact.
Caffarella goes 1 of 2 from the line with 49.2 to go in the 3rd quarter. DeFelice guarding the basketball. It's Ben Wilson who's looking to drive. He's got a lane, but it's a huge block. Oh, and what a move on the other end, but the finish is not there. Excuse me.
Yeah, Chris Chiodo really trying to take this game with his own, but wow. Once again, that man, Charkaflian. An and 1 layup. Wow, is he having an impressive game.
Rivalries usually bring out the best in players, and we're seeing it here from Jack Charkaflian.
22 points from the young freshman.
Chiodo drives in. Covino in the corner. Doesn't really have much space. Gets it out to DeFelice, who spins looking for looking for a shot. Covino somehow gets the rebound. Out to the corner. The 3. No good. And that is how the quarter will end. The Tanners find themselves down 15 with only 8 minutes remaining to play. A large mountain to climb with little time, but we'll see.
Yeah, 35 seconds on a shot clock. Woburn need to capitalize and take advantage of all 35 seconds. It feels like they really haven't been doing that. If you look at the last possession, with seconds coming down the shot clock and the quarter, 12 seconds left, and Nick DeFelice takes his chance to bring it down to 5 seconds. The Tanners haven't been getting good shots in 5 seconds. They need to take all those 12 seconds. If you get a good shot in those 12 seconds and there's 5 seconds left, hey, go play some good defense on the other end. That's what you need to do. You need to take advantage of every second you have to get a shot. Maybe if you're a team that can get a shot quickly, like Winchester, drive in the paint, find a guy open for 3 outside, maybe that's your plan. But Woburn can't have 5-second possessions. They need to take advantage of all 35 seconds.
Especially with such little time remaining to get through a big deficit. Time is of the essence. Hadi, what do you think needs to be done by head coach David White in this timeout to make an impact in the 4th quarter?
Yeah, I think he's putting a lot of stress on defense. In order to get those shots, in order to create the shots you want to make in the time that you have, only 1 quarter, you have to make the stops on defense. So that's what he's probably going to stress to his team right now as we get into the 4th quarter.
Yeah, much more manageable deficit that the Woburn Tanners have than the Winchester Red and Black had in the girls' game. It's much more realistic for them to come back. They just have to get stops, like David White said.
Kathleen floats it up. Nortellis inside, and a whistle.
Matt Covino with his 3rd foul there down low. Correction, his 4th foul.
3rd between the 3rd and 4th quarter, but 4th overall. Nortellis out to the corner. The drive is stolen away by the Tanners. With some pace, Joe Doughty goes inside for O'Brien, can't finish, and a red and black rebound. Charkaflian driving and a whistle. It looks to be another Woburn foul. That one will go on Joe Doughty. Nice drive there. Out to the other way for Nortellis. The drive inside and off the glass, it's good. That's Ben Wilson, who goes one-on-one with his defender and gets off the glass, and it's good. Joe Doughty, another whistle. And this one's going to be a Winchester foul. Dylan Sigsbury checking back in. Joe Doughty, the ball handler here. Into the corner for Sigsbury. He's hit one already here today. Looks for another one. That one's off the side of the rim, no good. Charkaflian will slow it down with 6:54 to go. 43 to 26 is your score. The drive by number 24. That's Alex Casey. He gets back out. It's a three for him this time. Off the back of the rim. Tough rebound chance by Sigsbury. Casey tracks it down and finds Nortellis.
Yeah, that's
an easy layup.
That's a hustle play that the Tanners need to do. Sigsbury gets out of play and needs to get back into play to stop that. O'Brien with a three there.
No good, and out of bounds with 6:22 to go.
Good play by Matt Cavino there, forcing the Winchester player to bat the ball out of bounds and get another possession for the Tanners.
Inbound play set up for O'Brien. He dribble handoff back to Altman. Altman with the dribbling. He dives for it to keep possession. Another jump ball. And it will stay with Woburn. Altman floats up the inbound pass back to O'Brien. Sullivan on the drive gets his handle stripped. Charkaflian swings it back out for Casey. Casey back to Charkaflian. Into the corner for Nortellis, who almost knocks down a three. It goes off the rim, and Sullivan comes away with the rebound.
Now, if you're Tanner's offense here, you got your stop. Now you got to get something on the other end as Matt Cavino drives in.
Can't finish. Another rebound, Nortellis. Ben Wilson was not across half court when he caught that ball, so the Tanners will take back possession. 5:31 remaining. Mikey Sullivan will be the one to inbound it. Thomas O'Brien thought about the three, instead gets it to Sigsbury, who finds Francois, who gets it back out to O'Brien. O'Brien's shot off the mark, and a foul going against the Tanners.
Francois back into
Chiodo
the game.
Takes his first foul of the ball game.
Francois back into the game. See what impact he can make. Of course, defensively, it makes a big impact. But offensively, you got to look for someone there.
Charkaflian, three. No good. Sigsbury comes away with it. Tanner's looking to push the pace. Chiodo floats it up off the glass. No good, but a foul.
Yet-
And 2 free throws.
Yeah, Joey, it looks like Chiodo's the only one that wants to go attack the rim right now. That's what I'm seeing with my own eyes. I mean, Chiodo he has 8 points right now and looking to add on to that.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like if the Tanners want to make an improvement coming along in the season, there needs to be more movement without the basketball. There seems to be a lot of standing still and trying to beat your guy rather than working as a team.
Yes, 100%. It's really stagnant. It reminds me of the Celtics from a couple of years ago and Brad Stevens' last year. You had a bunch of guys that really wanted the basketball but didn't know how to feed their teammates, and it's obviously different here, but it just seems like they can't find their teammates. Obviously they want to find their teammates. It's more difficulty through turnovers and finding those lanes.
There's some nice passing sequences there as Dylan Sigsbury has an open 3, not close. A dive for the rebound. 4 men hit the floor, and it'll go to Winchester.
Interesting strategy that Dylan Sigsbury used to go get that basketball. More led with his feet than his hands there, but did the job.
Casey inbounds it. Thought about a long pass. Did Wilson. Instead he drives himself. Back to Casey on the elbow. And a reach-in foul will go against Sullivan.
18-point game. It's becoming now or never time for the Tanners.
No, I don't really mean to compare our two basketball teams too much, but the play styles, at least today, have seemed kind of opposite. I mentioned the isolation type ideology up to this point, whereas you see Coach Sullivan and the girls basketball team have so much success moving the ball and having set plays that they run down the floor.
Yes, exactly, Joey, and I totally agree. And by the way, we just watched Alex Casey get a free run to the hoop for 2, and other than that, I 100% agree with you, Joey, as Winchester notch on another 2.
Charkathlian again, the
Wow.
star player of tonight's ball game.
Wow, we did not expect him.
Cristiotto knocks down one himself.
Seems like we did not do our research on that man, Jack Charkathlian, Joey.
Would you like to continue your point about?
Oh yeah, 100%. Kind of got lost in different things there, but yeah, the girls play a fast-moving, passing basketball, aggressive on the boards, steal the basketball, jump on passes. The Woburn Tanners team, not to be so negative here, I mean, they play very hard. I just don't think in the right way. They overcommit at times. Well, here's a similar thing, a hockey-like substitution here. 5 guys come in for 5 guys. There you go, Joey.
Matt Olson, Joe Doughty, Gio Desir, Ethan Samuel, and I'm not sure who the 5th is. Joe Doughty drives in and a foul. The other guard on the floor right now for the Tanners is number 21, Jacoby Altman. First from the line is good, which means the Tanners have now gotten to 30 points on tonight's ball game. Second one no good. Olsen tried for the rebound, but he was boxed out nicely. Casey, who's been able to handle the ball a lot more this second half, using his size to an advantage getting into the paint.
Yeah, we've seen him more in action than last season. More of a piece here for Winchester as they put another one in. Craig O'Callahan with that one.
Under 3 minutes to go. The drive. It's a 3 off the mark. Matt Olson. No good. O'Callahan drives again. This time he's rejected. Nice play there by Matt Olson. But it's a kickball violation to stop the momentum, but the Tanners keep possession. Jacoby Altman will inbound.
I think those two back-to-back plays show the potential the Tanners have and the situation they have right now. A block on the other end, big block on a player like Caucus Quinn by Matt Olson, and then turning it over right away. It's just two good things can happen together.
Another turnover, which has been the Achilles heel of these Tanners all night long. This time Matt Olson gets a steal on the other end. Can they convert? We will find out at another whistle. The pace of this game has definitely slowed down as we've gone along as well, which you'd think might favor the Tanners, but they've just been outplayed in every facet of the game up to this point by the red and black. Ethan Samuel takes a shot, no good. Wide open in the corner. Back the other way for Casey. Off the back of the rim. No good. Offensive board. No, a battle for it. And Jacoby Altman comes away with it. And a foul.
Winchester foul, number 15, Fucichello, is first foul.
Altman at the line for two.
Altman's first is good. 53-31. Tanner's still down 22. And a mass substitution for the red and black.
Charkaflian fouled out of this one, but what a performance he's had. 26 points, 7 rebounds, 3 threes for Charkaflian. It's just been a clinic by Winchester every possession here.
Ethan Samuel on the drive. Out to number 40. 3 opportunity for Olson, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, that's what he does, Matt Olson. He can shoot the ball, and they need to get him in those positions. He's a raw talent. He showed his defensive ability on the block earlier.
Sam Gary are also into the game now as well. Ethan Samuel the other way, he's got some space, goes inside for Garrier, out to Cavino. Cavino driving into the corner. The drive and the layup, no good. Nice defense by the red and black and a whistle with 38.4 to go.
Mass substitution here from Winchester, or previously from Winchester.
First free throw, no good. Only one rebounder in there at the moment for the red and black as one more checks back in. 1 of 2 from the line as the red and black get up to 54 points. Cavino ready to inbound it, gets it to Samuel. 35 seconds remain. Samuel going with some pace, looking for the corner at Olsen. Layup goes off the side of the backboard, no good. Inside, a wide open man and an easy layup.
Start to finish, Joey. It's been a great performance from Winchester. You got to respect what they put out there. Of course, this is a Woburn channel, but you've got to respect Winchester, and they have done a job tonight. Tanners, they moved to 1-7 on the season. Their goal is to begin to dwindle, and now or never, if they want to make a stake for the MIAA tournament.
Nearly a wire-to-wire victory for the Winchester Red and Black, aside from the early run by the Tanners. But the man who really stands out above the rest is number 12, Jack Charkaflian. He was the man tonight for the Red and Black, and the Tanners have some work to do if they want to make a statement this season.
Yeah, some final takes here. I mean, I'll start with Hottie first. Winchester, I mean, they came in here in a hostile environment and did their job. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, exactly that, hostile environment. They did their job. They executed. They passed the ball around well. Woburn, on the other hand, causing a lot of turnovers, not capitalizing on a lot of opportunities. The rim was very unforgiving tonight. Just not a good effort from them on their side, but Winchester using that to their advantage and scoring as much as they can, overall getting the dominant win today.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm going to go off of this. Wes Caucus-Quinn, he didn't show up tonight. You look at a guy, Ben Wilson, didn't do his best. Dylan Ketterer, we didn't say his name much. Alex Casey played pretty well, but the man himself, I mean, Joey mentioned before, Jack Charkaflian. You come in as a freshman in a hostile environment, in a rivalry game, and play like that? I mean, this man has a future ahead of him. We're going to see him in Winchester when the Tanners play in Winchester, but it has been a clinic. Tuesday, the Tanners play Wilmington, girls, of course, in Wilmington at 6, and the Tanners home at 7. Woburn Public Media Center will have that game for you. But Joey, close us out.
You couldn't ask for anything better if your head coach John Fleming from Jack Charkaflian, and for all of our crew here tonight for WPMC, we are wishing you a happy and safe weekend. Your final score from Cardinal J. Torres Gymnasium for boys basketball, 56-35 Winchester. However, the Tanners do go 1-1 after a 74-46 girls victory. We're wishing you a happy and safe weekend. Good night, everybody.